Breaking 25K and 10K Dinar notes getting massive offers. Iraqi Dinar News Today 2025 RV News. With the intro of your channel, RV News included. Welcome back to RV News, your trusted source for real-time updates, analysis, and deep dives into everything related to the Iraqi Dinar, Vietnamese Dong, and the global revaluation movement. Today, we've got a blockbuster update for all dinar holders and currency watchers. The 25,000 and 10,000 Iraqi dinar notes are reportedly getting massive offers on the secondary and private exchange markets. What does this mean for the revaluation? Why are buyers targeting these specific denominations? And could this be a signal that the long-awaited RV is finally breaking into the open? You'll want to stick around to the very end because what we're seeing now could mark the most significant move on the dinar front in years. Let's start with the reports coming in from both inside Iraq and among Tier 3 and Tier 4 sources internationally. Over the past 72 hours, numerous high-level currency holders and insiders have confirmed that private offers, many at rates far above the official program rate, are being made specifically for the 25,000 and 10K dinar notes. In some cases, sources report that offers ranging from 35 cents to as high as $1.25 per dinar are being floated. That's a dramatic increase from the current street rate and even above the Central Bank of Iraq's published program rate, which has hovered around 1,310 dinars per US dollar in 22.5. Now, why are these two specific denominations, the 25,000 and 10,000 notes, attracting so much attention? Currency insiders point to a few key reasons. First, these notes represent the most common holdings among retail investors, especially those who have held dinars since the early 2000s. The 25K notes have long been the standard investment form of the dinar, given their higher value and ease of handling in bulk. The 10K notes, while slightly less common, are still widely circulated and often used in structured currency baskets by savvy investors. More importantly, both denominations are larger notes, which means for large institutional buyers or sovereign wealth funds engaging in early-stage acquisition of IQD. These notes are easier to verify, count, and bundle for exchange transactions. Unlike the smaller 1,000 or 5,000 notes, these higher denominations provide both logistical ease and an assurance of quicker liquidity. During a transitional phase in the revaluation rollout, adding fuel to the fire, intel from sources connected to redemption centers and private exchange groups suggests that the Iraqi government, possibly in cooperation with the IMF and World Bank, has quietly signaled to certain financial institutions that bulk acquisitions of the 25,000 and 10K notes will be honored first when Tier 4B exchanges begin. These are not just rumors. We've received confirmation that multiple groups have been contacted for early contract opportunities, particularly for holders who have authenticated, uncirculated 25K and 10K notes with full provenance. What we're seeing now seems to align with the long-speculated asset-backed transition model. Iraq's economic reform agenda for 2025, driven by its budget law, the implementation of its gold-backed digital dinar pilot, and its increasing foreign reserve base, appears to be triggering a strategic consolidation of high-value IQD notes. The massive offers are likely a reflection of major players trying to position themselves ahead of a rate adjustment, which could occur either as a public rate change through the CBI or as a tiered private exchange system for certain holders. There's also growing speculation that Iraq may soon introduce new lower denominations as part of a redenomination or revaluation process. Such a move would inevitably phase out the larger 25K and 10K notes over time, making them more valuable in the short-term window. In other words, buyers now are trying to get in before the currency system is recalibrated and these larger denominations are no longer available for the same kinds of returns. Let's talk numbers. If the dinar revalued tomorrow to just 50 cents, a single 25,000 dinar note would be worth 12,500 United States dollars. A stack of 10 notes could easily fetch $125,000, and that's on the conservative side. Some exchange insiders believe we could see contract rates in private groups approaching $1 or more, particularly for 25K and 10K notes presented in bundles with proper vetting. That's why private exchange offers are heating up now. Buyers are betting on an imminent shift and want to lock in inventory while prices are still artificially low. Even more interesting is the pattern of offers. These aren't small-time speculators making a few $1,000 bids. We're talking about multi-million-dollar offers from private placement groups, family offices, and even corporate liquidity pools. Some reports suggest that offers are being made for entire holdings 10 million, 25 million, even 100 million IQD portfolios with tiered payouts depending on note quality, security markings, and quantity. So what's driving this renewed interest? At such a high level, analysts point to three key indicators. First, the World Trade Organization recently completed its latest review of Iraq's accession framework. The language used in the WTO communique hinted that Iraq is close to full integration, and this can't happen with a devalued, unstable currency. Second, the Central Bank of Iraq has significantly bolstered its foreign currency reserves, which now exceed $120 billion USD, an all-time high. This provides the cushion needed to support a stronger exchange rate. Third, Iraq's gold holdings have increased steadily, and sources indicate the country is positioning to back portions of the dinar with gold or oil assets, giving it intrinsic value. But let's get back to what this means for the everyday dinar holder. If you currently hold 25K or 10K notes, you are sitting on the most desirable denominations in the current exchange landscape. Multiple reports from Tier 4B groups show that buyers are actively bypassing smaller notes or ZWD-type currencies and focusing on acquiring IQD in bulk, especially 25 kiloseconds and 10Ks. This means your holdings could become part of a premium offering, especially if you have authentication certificates or purchased from authorized dealers. At the same time, be cautious. With rising demand comes the rise of scams and bad actors. There are now reports of fraudulent buyers reaching out to dinar holders offering exchange deals that are too good to be true. Always verify, use escrow if available, and work through reputable brokers or vetted groups. The RV space is heating up fast, and those who move carefully and intelligently will be in the best position to capitalize. One interesting twist. Insiders are now suggesting that 25K and 10K notes may soon become non-circulating under the new CBI Redenomination plan, which will make the window for exchange even tighter. If you wait too long, these notes could become harder to offload or worse, subject to devaluation policies. That's why we're seeing a rush right now. Offers are being made quickly and quietly, especially in private circles. A key question we keep hearing is, when will this all go public? Based on latest intel, there's a strong possibility that a public CBI rate adjustment could happen in late Q3 or early Q4 of 2025. This aligns with fiscal reform rollout deadlines, IMF benchmarks, and regional trade obligations Iraq has committed to. However, insiders warn that most of the big money will be made before that rate change hits Forex. The private exchanges are moving fast, quietly, and with major institutional backing. If you've been holding on to dinar for years, this could be the moment you've been waiting for. The fact that specific denominations like the 25,000 and 10K notes are being so aggressively pursued shows that the groundwork is being laid for a tiered rollout, possibly starting with vetted holders and redemption center partners before expanding to the broader public. We encourage all our viewers to start preparing now. Organize your notes, gather your receipts, verify authentication, and make sure you're positioned to move when the window opens. To wrap this up, today's update is nothing short of historic. The fact that 25,000 and 10,000 IQD notes are getting massive offers across private and institutional sectors tells us the revaluation isn't just a theory anymore, it's happening. Behind closed doors, deals are being made. Redemption teams are on alert. Bank screens in Tier 1 institutions are starting to reflect test rates. All signs are pointing toward a monumental shift in the IQD landscape. Stay locked in with RV News. as we continue to bring you verified updates, real-time market movement, and expert insights on this evolving story. If you're holding 25K or 10K dinar notes, you're not just a currency speculator anymore. You could be on the verge of participating in one of the most transformational financial events in modern history. Thanks for watching RV News. Be sure to subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a single update. There's never been a more important time to stay informed and prepared. We'll be back soon with more exclusive reports and urgent alerts on the Iraqi dinar, the revaluation timeline, and what you need to know to make the most of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Until then, hold on tight and keep your eyes on the prize. Let me know if you'd like the YouTube SEO title, thumbnail prompt, description, timestamps, tags, and hashtags for this video too.